So there we are, back at it. Part 2, time to take some more bits and pieces off. Start of this back end, I'll just take this seat off again, because obviously it makes sense to pop that back on while you can. And let's take these off first. Hopefully I've got the right size tools down with me. I bought an assortment of socket bits and stuff. Perfect straight away. 10mm. Didn't even look at what size it was. So good I am. But these are easy, just two 10mm bolts. That should take the handrails off. Cool. Just going to hold it there so it don't start scratching the other panel while I'm undoing it. There we go. Nice and simple. But yeah, I'll take these off in a sec as well. Just take this other one off. Off. Some old bits of leaves trapped under there. Surprisingly heavy there. For these to come off, just a screwdriver here. Let's take the other one off along with it. Whee! Yeah, just a rubber bit that can sit on the edge there. Well, actually, on here. I think it was. Somewhere around it. Look at these off before when I've done them. Spark plugs and air filter on it. I think you have to unscrew these ones as well. For where the headlight is. Yeah, that is just to hold these on. So there's two screws at the back here that hold these bits to the headlight shroud. I don't know if the silver bit is actually part of the headlight assembly. And that'll probably, but will it? Don't know if I'll need to take that off as well. No, it looked like it's just clipped on there. Oh right, I see, I think you lift it up. There's all the wiring in the way as well. Oh, there we go. That's then all sorts of stuff in the way to get it up high enough to get it off. The other side may be easier. The wire's in the way, so I'll give this one a go, but I think I've got to undo the, possibly got to undo the lock, maybe not. Let's see. A couple of Phillips screws in there. Just drops one of the screws down there somewhere. That's not going far. There's a washer that's come off that one. One of the screws. A bit corroded in themselves, so it might be worth buying now. Right, where'd that washer go? The washer disappeared. Right. There you go. Huh. And that silver bit on the top comes off separately on its own. That sits just above the light. So there's the seat lock. I'm just confused how they designed it like this. Why there isn't a screw that goes up into it to hold this one on, because parts of the inner tray are in the way to lift this up off the little bung it's on, or whatever you'd call it. There's a bit in the way to stop you doing that, and part of the inner tray overlaps it on the top as well, so it's like, I don't know how I'd get that off, whether I have to take that off first somehow or partly do them together. And this side has got wires in the way, being a bit awkward. Might leave that for now, move on to something else. Just pop that back on there. Ooh. Another spacer. Oh, I see where that came from. Does it actually fit inside those bits? Like the rubbers are, yeah. We'll take the tank off instead. Because this, can't believe I've done it like that. That's like I say, part of the inner tray is overlapping onto this. And then part of this has got a tab that goes over the top of that, but over onto one of those long plastic nipple bits. So I think you probably have to try and get everything out of there, the ECU, undo all the wire, and maybe even take the number plate holder off and everything before you can even take these side bits off, which is ridiculous. If I'd have just screwed it on at the back under here and then at the front, simple then. Tank's easier to get off, I think 10mm again. Let's crack them two. I may have shown more in detail how to do this when I did take it off for the spark plug video and the air filter video. So if you want to see that more in depth, go and have a look at those. And there's a little bit what the seat goes into. That should just lift up like that. And you've got to find these like breather pipe. And the other side there's the little red clip where you put a straight edge screwdriver in, twist it to pull down the bit, and then it pulls off. Then you can lift that off. It's pretty simple really. But I need to go and get something to put it down on. Right, I'm back. Just gonna lift this up like this. There's a wire on there as well. Does that just pull off? I can't remember. I could push that up there. And that could come off with it, rather than taking it off. And that could be fed back down. I might have to take this panel off again, which would be a good idea to clean, because I'll have no doubt chain all in there. That has to just feed behind it, under with these, and there's a little clip bit there for it to go through. Just the breather pipe for your straight edge for the other side. I forgot to bring something down to hold it up as well. And I'm not running up and down all day, because it's hot enough as it is. Fuely. Oh yeah, there's that to take off as well. You pull it out, not push it in. That was the thing. I think I can take it off now, if that breather is coming through. And I can get that through there. And pull back. And that should be off. There we go. Just got some cardboard down there so I don't crush or break anything. So I don't lose that bracket. The best thing I think would be to just screw them back in on there loosely. That means I can still put the seat on as well. I'm going to try and wheel this over to where I lock it, and I'm going to try and jack it up. Nice and gently does it. Hopefully about there would do. So put it back in place. Well, I should be able to lock it up. I brought the jack and axle stands down, and I'm going to try and jack it up. I gave up on taking some bits off because they're going to be too much of a pain, and it's not really needed, I don't think. But I brought a little bit of wood down to try and put on part of the underside of the bike to jack it up with an old Halfdeadrider jack from donkey's years ago. Donkey's years ago. Noisy. This jack axle stand kind of in place ready. We'll try and get the bike off the ground. Right, where is I going to go? Next force might actually be good to have in place actually, because it might hold that wood in place while I get it there. Yeah, I think I have a problem. Right. So even jacking it up is a pain in the ass if you ain't got someone to help you. Probably not going to work. The other problem is the wood's trying to shift everywhere as well. And I don't want to put it straight onto the frame or anything. I'll get it as far under as I can. Yeah. Right. It's the easiest thing I've ever done, I think. Well, what I remember. Just a little wire. Ta-da. Oops. Alright, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Feels pretty solid actually. Yeah, I can still do that so I can lock the steering. Get all that off. Oh, well, that was a pain in the ass to do today, considering the heat as well and everything. What do I do with my phone now? Oh, I'll put it on there. Fits perfectly there. Just go straighten that up a bit to take some pictures, but there you go, I finally got it on axle stands, but that was shady as anything, so I'm not looking forward too much getting it off again. But that's quite a way off anyway. But in the next video I'll be taking the wheel and chain, well, the rear sprocket will come off with the wheel. I'll take the chain off. Don't know about off. I might do, but I ain't going to break it, so I might not be able to actually. So I might just hang that down, spray a load of oil on it again just to make sure it's not going to go rusty while it's sitting there. Take this chain guard off, take the wheel off, put the chain down there somewhere, and we'll have a look how easy it's going to take this off. I need a 24 socket this side, 22 the other side, and hopefully they're not too bad to get off there. And I've got to undo the suspension off that, and that might be it. There's a big Allen key and a spanner. It's probably about 14mm spanner or socket. They were meant to nut, and the suspension will lift up out of the way. And I think once those few things are taken off, I can take it all off, I think. And as I'm spraying it black, I might buy these end caps from Kawasaki, because you can get black ones come from there, because they do a black frame. They don't even actually sell the gold ones no more, they do black. Don't think they do the red ones anymore either. But a Swingarm is expensive if you bought that. It's like, I can't remember now, but it's hundreds. But yeah, we'll call it a day on that one. Hopefully the video comes out okay, because it was a bit of an erratic day for me. Things not going quite as planned. But I got the tank off, so it's less weight. That's got to be well over 10 kilos, because I put a fair bit of petrol in it not long before, well, when I last rode the bike. So I've got to carry that upstairs. That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm going to finish it there. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.